Before you take up this romantic notion of being a freedom fighter, let me ask you a question. Are you prepared to die for your cause? I was acting. Or was I?
If you have not seen this face in the last week, you have clearly not been on the internet. This is Giancarlo Esposito, a beloved actor for many of his villainous roles, such as Anton Castillo from Far Cry 6, Moff Gideon from Star Wars The Mandalorian, and Gustavo Fring from Breaking Bad. Now, I personally really like his acting, and I thought, let's just go over some of his characters, why not? So let's just get straight into it.
My true Yarans, I stand before you armed with truth. Viviro, created by our own brilliant scientists. This our enemies will never understand. Yara did not elect me to do what's easy, but to do what's right.
So the game opens up with a brilliant monologue from the antagonist himself, Anton Castillo. Some people would even say this intro is as good as the Far Cry 3 opening.
Shut the fuck up!
Anton's one goal in this entire game is to build the perfect Yara, or the paradise as he refers to it. The first mission includes you escaping the capital of Yara from Anton's forces. When you get on the boat, which is supposed to take you away to America, you find out that Diego Castillo is on the boat. And this is where we see the true antagonist in Giancarlo Esposito.
Before he was El Presidente, mi papa loved to fish. We would go out on a boat, just like this, and we would catch the fish, and then release them.
Just his presence in this scene is enough to tell the player that this man is a lunatic. Eventually he finds Diego on the boat and sinks the boat, and this puts you into the Far Cry 6 title card with the main character being stranded on an island. In this game, your task is to take down Anton, and to do that you have to start by destroying everything he's ever achieved. So basically this is just Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands, except Giancarlo Esposito is the bad guy. The first notable change you can see is how Anton is trying to get his son Diego to become a well-taught leader. He's trying to give him all these lessons, and this first cutscene is in the first 30 minutes of the game, but it's really fucked up. He basically gives his son a choice to shoot him and end his pain and suffering, or to have his right-hand man beat him to death with a pistol. He's trying to teach him the difference between a real Yaran and a fake Yaran. This is where the character development really starts, and you start to get a true sighting on Anton Castillo. Now, when the actual bosses die and when you kill them, only some of them really matter to it. For example, if you kill Maria Marquesa, which is the head of the True Yaran Academy, you will actually get this cutscene. For the remainder of the game, your task will be kill these bosses and then eventually you get big boss battle. But some of the main parts for Anton's character development is when it comes to the end and the decision he makes for his son. At the end of the game, you sneak onto Anton's private island because Clara Garcia, who is the leader of Libertad, has gone and met Anton. This scene shows a lot of character development, and you actually learn a lot about these different characters.
That's for you. I have acute leukemia. I was diagnosed 13 years ago, but there was a doctor. He promised what we are all so desperate for. Time, Diego.
The Viviro stopped working.
When?
6 months ago.
Mi más sentida condolencias.
No lies at my table!
Juan Cortez ends up getting a sniper and tries to put down Anton through a window. Ultimately, he can't shoot Anton, so he'll go for his son Diego. Your character Danny has some sort of likeness for Diego and actually feels bad because at the start of the game, he gave you his baseball card and he tried to escape his father's grip. Or also Clara dies. Danny ends up going to save Diego, and Anton takes Diego to the city centre, where you will initiate the Battle of Esperanza. Once you get up to the main Capitol building, that is where Anton is sitting there. Now this scene gives me goosebumps every single time. Anton asks you, will you take care of his son? And he goes, yes, he promises. Anton then goes in for a hug to his son, and then death.
See. You will protect him from your friends, from the monsters.
He'll be safe. I promise.
Lies.
Diego! No!
And just like that, the 24 hours of the game you have just spent playing comes to an end. But don't worry, you do get a little reward. Vaz from Far Cry 3 returns.
Libertad thanks you for your support. And I come bearing good news. Our Ribiro supply has tripled.
You know, he's so sad about that Castillo kid. I mean, what his papa did. Wow, that is crazy.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
Moff Gideon was an Imperial warlord that led a remnant of the Galactic Empire during the era of the New Republic. He is introduced to us in episode 7 of The Mandalorian, where he makes this really cool entrance with his TIE fighter. His sole purpose throughout this entire show is to stand there and look cool. But the funny thing is, the way he does it is remarkable. Take this scene from the Season 2 finale, for example. When Luke Skywalker is heading towards his cruiser, his facial expressions show pure fear in the character, and it just looks really good. The best part about it, when asked whether or not he's going to return for another season on Mandalorian, he confirmed it.
So let's talk Mandalorian. Are we going to see you back next season?
I have to imagine you would. I can't speak for them, but I know I have desire. And I think we need to see Moff to continue the story and to continue the pressure that and the edge that someone with the big brain that Moff has thinks about. So I could almost guarantee it, but you know, there's never a guarantee. But you know, you'll see me, baby. Come on.
What makes that Season 2 finale scene even better is throughout the entire show he has this straight facial expression that doesn't change. If you compare it to Season 1 Moff Gideon and Season 2, you can see that it's the exact same facial expression, and that's what's the best part about this character, the dark and mysteriousness of Moff Gideon. And when placed in front of fear, such as Luke Skywalker, it is quickly changed. Not only that, but the lore for Moff Gideon is amazing. The fact that he managed to grab the Darksaber off Bo-Katan is astonishing to me. The fact that he was technically the ruler of Mandalore in that time. But at the end of the day, I gotta give it to Sarah Finn for casting Giancarlo Esposito. Well done, Sarah. You did an amazing casting job for this series. Giancarlo Esposito was definitely the right option for this series. Just look at the way he brings apart Bo-Katan and Din Djarin.
It's yours now.
What is?
The Darksaber. It belongs to you.
No. It belongs to her.
She can't take it.
It must be won in battle. In order for her to wield the Darksaber again, she would need to defeat you in combat.
Oh, bro, the eye blink. Look at that. Oh, it's so good.
I yield. It's yours.
Oh, no.
Just everything about that scene is amazing. The way Giancarlo Esposito brings out Moff Gideon in this scene is so good. The way Bo-Katan is just staring at Din Djarin knowing that she has to go against a trusted ally. If I had to rate this scene out of 10, I'd give this scene 10 Giancarlo Espositos. Not only that, but for the character Moff Gideon, the fight scene's amazing. Look at this. But all in all, the best villain Giancarlo Esposito has ever played has definitely got to be...
And Gustavo Fring of Los Pollos Hermanos.
Please, just Gus.
By now, I'm sure everyone knows who Gustavo Fring is, but for the ones that don't, Gustavo Fring is a drug lord in the show Breaking Bad, and he is portrayed by, guess who? Giancarlo Esposito. He makes his first appearance in Season 2, Episode 11, when Walter White goes down to Los Pollos Hermanos to meet him.
You have poor judgment. I can't work with someone with poor judgment. Are you familiar with my product? I've been told it's excellent. It is impeccable.
Although there is a lot of guts to cover here, his acting techniques are really similar to Moff Gideon. Obviously the difference is that they are both completely different characters. For example, Moff Gideon is a warlord and Gustavo Fring is a drug lord who is hiding in plain sight. However, in nearly every single Gustavo Fring scene, he will always have the same facial expression. Now, this is just a perk that comes naturally to Giancarlo Esposito. His villain roles are really well played, and I don't know why, but I guarantee you if you search up Giancarlo Esposito, it will literally be the same facial expression. Hang on, let me do that right now. Oh, close enough. Although the story for Giancarlo Esposito's Gustavo Fring is that he dies in Season 4, Episode 13. Funny enough, the episode is called Face Off.
It's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour.
It's the same acting technique we see with Giancarlo Esposito. Everyone loves him because of his facial expressions and just the way he portrays his characters. Speaking of characters, Gustavo Fring must be a very confident person to walk out on a sniper rifle. This scene shows off his true power and it's just really cool. Gustavo Fring's the type of character to have two complete different characters in one. You have Gustavo Fring who is a manager, and Gustavo Fring who is a drug lord. That is another really cool feature about Gustavo. Vince Gilligan did a really good job when he wrote Gustavo. Like, honestly, this writing is off the charts. Having Gustavo threaten to kill Walt's family, and have Giancarlo Esposito keep a straight face throughout the entire thing is amazing.
This becomes a much simpler matter. I will kill your wife. I will kill your son. I will kill your infant daughter.
In conclusion, Giancarlo Esposito started acting in 1979. He began acting in movies and has appeared in over 130 TV shows and films. His most known character is Gustavo Fring from Breaking Bad. However, if you did enjoy this video, please consider leaving a like. Subscribe if you're new. It is completely free and you can always unsubscribe later. Alright, peace.